y'all, how's it going? Okay, so this video is going to be about a topic that comes up a lot when you live in South Korea. And it comes up with my friends, it comes up with travelers who are just visiting Korea, it comes up with people who I'm talking to on Facebook, just catching up with like homies back home. And basically it is plastic surgery and what that entails here, and does everybody have it? Do just a couple people get it? Do kindergartners get it? Really just me sharing my opinion on the subject, because obviously my opinion matters and you should listen to it because reasons. I was going to see a friend who is visiting from England, and she wanted to meet in Karasagil, which is in Shinsa, Gangnam, Apgujeong area, and that is like the center for plastic surgery in South Korea. Going there, it'd been a while for me, and I was immediately surprised, but I shouldn't have been surprised, by seeing all of the advertisements in Shinsa Station and Gangnam Station's subways. Like literally all of the advertisements when you're walking around there are plastic surgery advertisements for all kinds of things. Like not just like high nose, double eyelids, chin surgeries, but also like bow leg, like if you have bow-legged legs, I don't know how exactly you say that, but like, if your legs are kind of curved in, or if you're balding, they've got like transplant surgeries for that and liposuction and all that fun stuff. So I was kind of like taken aback because I'd forgotten how incredibly apparent it is there. And even my friend, when I was talking to her, I found out that her hotel that she's staying in is literally right behind a giant skyscraper that is solely dedicated to just plastic surgeries. Not only do a lot of Koreans get plastic surgery here, but Korea is also the plastic surgery capital for tourism. Like a lot of people from Asia come to Korea for the sole purpose of getting plastic surgery. And it's so drastic sometimes, like they'll do the full works when they get it. So like they'll get their chin done, they'll get their nose raised, they'll get their eyelids done, they'll get like cheek implants and like all the fun stuff that they want to get. It can be so drastic sometimes that they're actually creating this new document for people. I think it was specifically in China they were having this problem, where they would come in and they would use their original passport, but on the way out they would look so dramatically different that they were having trouble getting back into China because they couldn't be ID'd from their picture anymore because they didn't look like this person. Like it was that bad. So they actually have to get documents now saying like, I went to South Korea for medical tourism and I got my face done, so that's why I don't look like this picture, but I swear it's me. That's a real thing here because of how prominent the surgeries are and because of how prominent tourism for that purpose is. The problem that comes along with this is you can, in the process of doing this kind of full face transformation, they end up creating these things that are called plastic surgery monsters. And that's basically when they change their face so much that not only does it not look like who they originally looked like, but it actually looks like one specific person. And everyone tries to look like that one specific person. There's a tail. Hey, buddy. That one specific person. And he looks just like this. You end up having a bunch of people who look the same, essentially. Like, you'll literally be walking around Apgujeong and you'll see the same person 6 times and be like, wait, am I in the Matrix? Like, what? How did she get in front of me? She was just behind me. Like, did she just run around? And like you get confused for a second, swearing you're seeing like a set of quintuplets when it's actually 5 different women walking down the street, and they all just went to the same doctor and got the exact same procedure, and their moms won't even recognize them anymore. And that's kind of where my problem with plastic surgery comes in. I don't really feel like you should try to look like someone else, and I feel like a lot of Westerners have a different approach when it comes to plastic surgery. The Western idea that I kind of grew up with was, you should accept yourself for who you are, and you should always try and look for inner beauty. But I also believe that the way that you look and the way you present yourself also plays a big role in how confident you are. If you're happy with the way that you look, it's my personal theory that you present yourself better with more confidence, and you probably would get that promotion and those kinds of things. So personally, I think a lot of foreigners, if they do get plastic surgery, they usually just tweak something. So as opposed to getting like plastic surgery monstered, I'm going to make that a verb because I can. But they basically would get just their nose done, or just their boobs done, or, something like that. And if they get more than that, then it starts to look unnatural. And Americans usually, when you go off of the nature chart, we're kind of like, ugh. And I kind of agree with that. I kind of feel like as long as you tweak something and you're trying to accomplish just a better looking version of you, I feel like that's a great use of plastic surgery, and I completely approve. So I've met people here who are like, yeah, I got plastic surgery when I was in high school, you know, and I just got my double eyelids done. And I'm like, hey, you know, you look great. Your eyes look nice and big, you know, that's cool. And before I get flack from some of you people who are going to say that Asians getting double eyelids is just trying to recreate a Western look, y'all need to learn something. And that's basically that double eyelids occur naturally in Asian populations. Like, this is not like a Western idea that we just brought over with our double eyelids trying to save the Koreans from their monolids. Like, no, that's actually always been kind of like an attractive trait, is to have double eyelids. And the reason for this is because it makes your eyes look bigger. Why do we want bigger eyes? Because it makes you look younger. And apparently youth is sexy, especially in Korea where Aegyo and all that stuff is like the jam. This is not a Asian hating their own race kind of thing. So like, erase that from your mind because it's not true. But yeah, like, I don't have a problem with it. And in fact, I actually have more of a problem with people kind of idolizing these like natural beauties. And the reason I have a problem with this is mostly because if you're a natural beauty, you're lucky. Like, that's it. That's literally it. Like congratulations, your parents gave you good genetics. If anything, your parents should be praised for choosing the right partner and happening to create a baby at the exact point in time when, you know, the genetics would work out. Because even within two parents, like, you can have two attractive people making an ugly baby, or two ugly people making an attractive baby, or two, you know, attractive people making one ugly baby and one, you know, gorgeous baby, which is really unfortunate because, you know, then you feel really bad for like the ugly kid in the family. But anyway, like, genetics, it's one big wild card. So like, why would I praise you for having good genetics? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. If anything, like, if you have a crooked nose and you use makeup and contouring to make your nose look straight because that's what you think is attractive, then yes, of course, I will praise you because that's mastery and magic and awesome, and I can't do that. So like, well done, dearie, like, well done. Or for example, if you have a six-pack, like, absolutely, that's done mostly through dieting, which is hard enough as it is, and working out. Enjoy all the praise that I will give you and everyone else will give you because you definitely deserve it, because that's hard. But no, I'm not gonna praise you for having like a symmetrical face and like pretty lips. Like, why would I do that? That's, if anything, I need to call up your parents and be like, whereas, you know, poor Joe over there is born with like, you know, a 5 head and like a chin that's like super huge and crooked off to the side, and he doesn't feel confident in himself and he doesn't feel happy, and so he goes to the plastic surgeon and he gets it fixed. And he goes through the pain and suffering and the financial situation, like having to pay for it. And afterwards, he feels better about himself and he looks better to the general population. Like, he's earned it. Like, he literally went through blood, sweat, tears, time. That's a person who earned their right to be attractive and worked really hard to get the confidence to even do this when people might still give him, you know, a little bit of teasing because he got plastic surgery. Like, that's a person who deserves praise because he actually did something proactively to be more attractive and to make himself feel better. You know, maybe that's because I lived in South Korea for as long as I have, but I don't think so. Like, I feel like I've always kind of felt that way about it. And I think I'll always feel that way about it. I don't think you should try to look like one celebrity and bring in a picture and be like, give me her face, because that's not who you are, and you should always try to be a better version of yourself. But I do feel like if you want to get, you know, bigger eyes or a smaller chin or a higher nose or a lower nose or, you know, a bit of the crookedness taken out of your nose, you know, you can do it because that's your choice. So now I'll get off my soapbox and stop preaching about accepting plastic surgery. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it. Like, of course, you know, I believe in body positivity and loving the skin that you're in, but I also feel like getting surgery could, you know, bring someone out of their shell in a way that it never did before, and denying the fact that we place a large amount of praise and emphasis on looks would be, you know, just that. It would be denial, but it wouldn't change the way that the world actually is. So I want to hear what y'all have to say about it, and I will be reading the comments, so play nice, and I'll see y'all next time.